Time to hit the Southern Mallee Giants. It's a giant rainfall, which is something real good for the Mallee area, but some giant falling in the wrong direction down the ladder for the seniors of the Southern Mallee Giants. Coleman Schache, who's not able to do much about it himself at the moment because he's out with injury. Good enough to front the media and have a discussion about it, though. Hey, how are you, Coleman?
Oh man, going well, thanks. Yes, no, we are in a bit of a rough little trot in the seniors and the reserves at the moment, but the under-14s gave us a big smile last week, so it's not all doom and gloom around the club.
I think that's actually the blessing of country footy, isn't it, Coleman? That sometimes you can look at glass half full or glass half empty, and I like the fact that you've got a very positive attitude. And I think a lot of the folk at your club have seen hard times and tough times, in the Mallee as you do, and you've got that good outlook.
Oh, so I think you have to. You're always going through tough times on the footy field, off the footy field, and that's a good thing about community sport. And you stick together, and I suppose it's these little times at the moment, down on confidence and whatnot. If you can get through and come out, like I said, with a positive attitude, get out the other end, it sort of builds you up and builds the culture of the club. So. Plenty of belief in the boys. I can turn it around.
Now, I'm going to talk about the game this weekend with Daisy Thomas, and you're heading over to Neil. The Neil Club are good enough to offer the Southern Mallee Giants that, if you want to stay on afterwards at the club and enjoy a really good night there, that they're welcoming you to do so. But before we have a look at all of that, last weekend you got nailed by Stawell. At Stawell, 9 goals 22 to 7 goals 6. Now, in the end, at half-time, you actually were right in this 3 points down, but their kicking probably showed that they were the better side, even at that stage with scoring shots.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely were. They kept us in the game, really. Early on, we just we couldn't get it forward to inside 50s. I think they had quadruple the amount of inside 50s that we did at half-time or three-quarter time, something like that. So, not to our forwards' fault at all, really. They scored when we did get it in there, but we just couldn't give them enough use and give them enough looks at it. So broke down just and that linked up through the middle of the ground, and credit to Stawell as well. They applied some good pressure all day and play their ground really well. So,
They did play well, and they, in the end, caused you to slump in this season, and the slump has put you under serious pressure. Firstly, we'll have a look at the better players. Nick Dinham, Sam White, Lee Stewart, Tim McCormack, Jake Garvey and Luke Marnie. Goals, Nick Dinham booted 4. Marnie, Price and Weddle all had single goal scores on the day. But here's the premiership table position, and it's got crucial now because you're in 5th place. Warwick Eagles are right there with you. Dimboola mounting a challenge. The Saints, we know, are still good enough. So it's really putting yourself right back in the pack where everyone is now gunning for your 5th place on the ladder.
Yeah, it is. It's a logjam there. So, and everyone's sort of beating each other around that sort of 6th to, I suppose, 3rd or 4th spot. Each had a couple of wins against each other. So if anyone can, string a second half of the season together and get on a roll, I think they'll take those last 2 spots up. So hopefully we can be on the right end of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a crucial game of football. Let's have a look at the reserve grade, and it didn't get any better there. It probably got even more uglier in some ways because it was their side Stawell 12-11 to Southern Mallee Giants 5 goals 2. How did you see that, Coleman? I mean, was the expectation going into the game that you could win this match?
Oh, it was to be competitive. That's what we are trying to be in the reserves at the moment. Like, as everyone knows, a few injuries in the seniors and the reserves, and obviously the numbers come from the reserves to help out the seniors. So the boys are a bit underdone with a few local legends pulling on the boots for the first time for the year. It's always good to see them having a run around, but obviously that means we're a bit short on numbers. So they hung in there, and they definitely didn't look out of it. They just like the seniors, battled to get goal kicking power, and Stawell were just too good in the end and ran over. But there were plenty of positives. Ryan Thurgar on the back flank, he's sort of first year of football, transferring over from rugby, and he's starting to play some really good footy, and it's amazing how much he's improved in in 5 or 6 games. So, yeah, some good positive signs still.
Yeah, that's really good. Taylor Donnan and Hudson McCredden. Good on young Hudson. Cooper Morris and Mike Saunders, Mick Saunders, and also Rylan Wellington all scored goals. And Damon Carra has earned a recall to senior football. Hudson McCredden, good game from him. And as you mentioned, Thurger, Jaden Cook, Rylan Wellington and Tristan Blair. Good to see a young player in Tristan playing some good footy. Having a look, though, and you did make mention of it, the glass is full in the 14s because they had another magnificent game. And this time around, they come up against Stawell and won it 8-5, 53 to 3-5, 23. It's fair to say that every time one of these games goes your way and you get a win, it's usually the first time you've ever beaten that side. But I think that they were challenged, the lads, in this game in the third quarter, but they answered the challenge, didn't they?
They sure did. So unfortunately, I actually missed this game, which I was absolutely gutted about. I rocked up at the ground just as they were finishing and seeing the score. So I got the rundown off Dale Shannon, who's just stepping in for Lewin at the moment coaching. And, he was very rapt with the boys. Off to a terrific start. And I think, 5-goal lead, which they definitely wouldn't be used to normally. I think they started looking for a few kicks and whatnot in the third quarter and getting a bit excited with themselves, and they got a bit of a reality check with kicking no goals to Stawell's 2. And then in the last quarter, Gecko obviously rallied the troops and got them back to the plan, and had a good last quarter to run away with it. So from all reports, the half back line was tremendous. They just rebounded everything and got it into Kybee Ballinger, obviously, who bagged 5.
Yeah, 5 goals. He would have been celebrating. I remember in a under-14s game, and this is going back half a century ago, Coleman, so it's a long while ago. I kicked 5 once, the most I'd ever kicked in a game, and I'll tell you what, you felt $1 million if you kicked 5 and the rest of the kids got 1 each sort of thing, and so Kybee would be pretty impressed with this. Maxwell Roberts, as you mentioned, very good. Ollie Wood, we've talked about him before. He's having a good season, the boy from Patchawallick. And Kybee, obviously, with 5 goals. Axel Decker, Charlie Williams and Spencer Williams among the better players. Now, stalwarts in clubs make clubs, and you've got one bloke, old Mr. Lehman, Riley's grandfather, he'd love me to mention his name on the radio, he's having a little function there for everyone to come back after the nil game on Saturday to come around on Sunday to Beulah.
He is. Yeah. Riley Lehman would love his name mentioned on the radio, but you did get the wrong Lehman. It's actually Tyler's grandfather. So, obviously they're well-known legends in the Mallee, or not only in the Mallee, extend a lot further than that, I'd imagine. With Teddy playing 500 games for Beulah and Tyler winning some league medals, and I can't actually talk about old man Teddy's footy career, but he's one of our most loyal supporters. He's there every week. Rain, hail or shine, whether it's down in Ararat, 2 hours away. And, it's those blokes that, love that, give you that extra kick on the weekend to go a bit harder and do what you can for the club. So I'm sure they'll be well supported by the community. Yeah,
it's great stuff. Over 500 games, and reckon that he might have played even more because he went up to Darwin, and it just is an incredible history. 90 years and still going strong, and visiting the football fields all around the region every week. It's just great to see. All right, great to go to Neil, and another legend is Dale Thomas from Carlton and Collingwood to fame from the AFL. He rocks up to Nils Davis Park. The Southern Mallee Giants rock up too, and it's a danger game because Daisy Thomas could play full forward, and you've picked Nick Dinnan, who kicked you 4 goals from last week. You've got him at full back. I reckon there's Daisy's, Ducks and Drakes going on.
Yeah, might be a few games there. No, I'm not sure where Daisy will line up. You'd imagine he'll line up at full forward. I think that's where he has played in the past. But, the Stawell boys, I haven't won a game for the year yet, so you would imagine they'll be, right up and about this weekend, especially with Daisy running around next to them. They'll all walk a little bit taller. So it's exciting for us as well to get to run around him. I know Sam Waddell used to sleep with little Daisy Thomas Teddy every night. He went to bed, so unfortunately he's not playing this weekend, but a few of them might be playing against their idol from back in his prime. So, it's an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And the side that is picked, I know Damon Carra is coming back up into senior footy.
He is, yes. So a couple more injuries last week. Damo, he's been best on in the reserves, for the last couple of weeks. So we know he's played senior footy before as well. He's pretty smart, senior player, and got some good skills as well. So he'll be handy on sort of the flanks and the wings for us.
Yep. Well, I've gone through and had a look at the sides. You've got yours up on the Facebook page, and on Play HQ, Dale Thomas is named in the nil side. So it will be a fantastic game, that is for sure. The twos, everyone will get out there. It'll be a good crowd. The big nil following will be there. Your fair people for very good attenders. Can your reserve grade get a win?
Oh, I definitely don't write the reserves off. We're nil, I think, a bit like us in the reserves as well. So they'll be sort of fighting for a win as well. So I'm predicting a good game, but we've definitely got enough senior boys in the team to get the job done.
All right, now this is the game of the round. It is 5th versus 6th. The Southern Mallee Giants, if they beat nil at nil, then they drop for the first time into 5th place on the ladder. Absolute crunch time for the Giant boys. They won't want to take any part too lightly in this game.
Yeah, huge match for the 14s. They've given us a lot to smile about so far, so I'm sure whatever they do, we'll be smiling, and they're slowly just getting people to come earlier and earlier just with the performance they've been putting on. So, uncharted territory for the boys. Got a bit to play for with the final spot up for grabs. So, Ollie Wood, Spencer and Charlie Williams on the back line, they've been in real good form. So, I'm backing the boys in to crack into the top 5.
Oh, what a great occasion it is for the kids too, because nil are going to, with the big day, with Dale Thomas coming and all that, you just sort of can see how everyone will be very excited. We'll be excited to hear the results come through, and no doubt about it, Coleman, the glass is definitely full at the Southern Mallee Giants as we look forward to the 14s and a big game, and I look forward to talking to you about it in a week or two's time. I think you've got the bye for the June long weekend like everyone has, so we might even catch up after that.
Yeah, we do, Fly Man. That sounds good. Thank you.